Hi, this is Francisco talking to you from Penacova in the shores of Rio Mondego, one of the largest rivers in Portugal. So, I wanted to tell you about a local legend, the legend of Ronquilha. This legend is about the boatmen that crew the boats that transported goods up and down the river. It was an important way of living many years ago, and because it was so important for the region, of course it spawned some legends and stories that people tell to each other as a way to entertain themselves and to give a little element of fantastic and fantasy to their daily lives. So what is this story about? So, according to this story, we had a boatman that was carrying goods in his boat upstream, like many of these men did back then, because his voyages were so long, they took like days or months or weeks, and they had to stop from time to time in order to rest. This boatman, for some reason, decided not to rest near the near the shore in the shack, but instead decided to go to stay in this boat and to sleep among the tarps and the crates of goods. So as he slept, something happened. He realized someone was entering his boat. Like the feet were walking over the wood, and they listened to some voices of old wrinkled ladies talking to each other. Yes, we are going to use this boat to go to India and to talk to our fellow witches, yes! And they used their magical means to untie the boat and to raise the irons so the boat could leave and start going downstream. And as the boat floated downstream, the witches kept talking. They kept talking about the meeting they will have with their fellow witches, and now they would make their plans and find new magics to use and whatnot. And as they were talking about this, the man moved in his hideout, and he brought down something, maybe a vase or something, and the witches realized he was there, turned around, and the man raised his hands and went, "Please don't kill me, please, I'm just a simple boatman." The witches were like, "Oh, you may be useful. Why don't you help us navigate this boat to India?" And so the man decided to yield and to do what I said. So we unfurled he unfurled the sails, and he started move the wheel in order to steer the boat where the witches wanted him to go. And suddenly a thick fog appeared over the river, and he was very surprised, but the witches seemed very calm. As the boat entered the fog, it was as if it floated, as if it went somewhere else and not the River Mondego. And as the boat finally exited the fog, the man realized he wasn't in the river anymore. He was in the middle of the ocean, and there were some rocks up ahead. They couldn't understand what happened. It was certainly magic, but what kind of magic? How powerful was it? But the witches kept giving him instructions. "Now, you will move the boat to those rocks over there. Please don't sink." And the man did as they said. He nestled the boat among the rocks, and the witches left. "You stay here. If you leave, we will find you." And he was like, okay, I will stay. So time passed. The witches went, And the man waited. He thought about leaving, but at the same time he was really afraid of what could happen. So he stayed in his place. Finally the witches returned. They sat on the boat and gestured for him to leave that place and navigate into the ocean. He did as they said. And soon the boat was again entering a bank of fog. It went through the moisty cloud until the boat finally exited the fog. And again he was in the River Mondego. And in River Mondego he quickly found the place where he left. So, using their magical means, the witches made the boat touch the point where he had left and tied the ropes and dropped the irons, and now the boat was in this exact spot where it left. The witches left the boat and turned around and said, "Thank you for your help. We will spare your life." And they walked away into the forest. As they did so, the man stood there, aghast, knowing not what to do. And in a few hours the day came, and he went to his fellow boatmen and to the local villagers and tried to tell his story. "I saw witches, we went to India, it was incredible." But no one believed him. So, very sad by the fact that no one wanted to believe or to pay him any heed, he went back to his boat, only to find a bouquet of flowers placed in the middle of it, like a way for the witches to thank him for his help. So, knowing that will be a story he will guard for himself for the rest of his life, he grabbed the flowers, he entered the boat, and he went back to his trade voyage to deliver the goods where they were needed. And that is the story of Penacova. It is a really fun story. It is a really simple, magical story. Like, it has this element of magical realism that the peoples from the land use to imbue what is normal to them with a sense of magic and out of ordinary, like the way to extrapolate what they know into the magical. And I hope you will enjoy the story. I've recently published a book of short stories in Portuguese, Vislumbres dos Passados. It's on Amazon. You can check the links below to grab it. I will publish more stories in the future, including a volume of short stories in English, so pay attention to this place. And for now, like and subscribe and do all the good things, and I'll talk to you later.